There's some bin subtleties that I think are worth addressing. Super bins are gone. A lot of editors were back and forth about it. This now has a system. Media Composer has the ability to pretty much almost treat any bin as a super bin. And it's this tabbed interface. So if I open up one of these tabs, a second bin, I can just grab the tab and unite it into my main window. I'm going to open up one more here. We'll do the same thing. We're able to switch between these, either manually by clicking, or in the top right there's a little drop down that allows us to pick which bin we would like. We're also able to open up one or multiple bins. I'm just going to close all my bins for a moment. I'm going to lose my timeline. If I select multiple bins, I can Command double click, and it will open them all up as 3 individual windows. I'm also able to take multiple selections, that was a click and a drag, and if I were to right click or control click, I have the option to open them in a single window, uniting them in one place. And I'm just going to rearrange them and put this back where I kind of have had this the entire time. So this idea that you can either open them up in separate windows or in one united window is very quick and fast, and you can have more than one united window. I don't even think there's a proper name for that yet. As long as we're opening this stuff up in bins, I want to point out here that we've lost our tabs across our bins. Traditionally, it was text frame and script view along with basic. It's now down here in the corner. This is where you're going to find your frame view. This is where you're going to find your script view. I'm going to switch to a bin that's got a little bit more information. I'm just going to drag this bin. You can just hit and drag the window, and it opens up and becomes a tab there. You'll notice that they all have their own individual views. So for audio here, I probably would like to keep it a text. But this bin full of footage, some of it's going to be offline. I'll switch over to frame view, and we can see, oh, I guess none of it's offline. We can see all of these in frame view, just like you were traditionally used to frame view. So this idea that we are able to change the way the bin goes even one step further. You'll notice by default under text, there is the color column. You can't see its name, but you can click and change the color of a single clip as a right click. You can also grab several clips. I'm just going to lasso through here and right click and change their color, maybe to green. My last name's Greenberg. I do everything green. I'm going to take a look at my sequence here a moment. Remember, you're not going to see those sort of things in your sequence unless you physically turn them on. So I'm going to come down to the fast menu, and I'm going to just choose clip color. And there'll be 2 things I usually turn on when I turn on clip color. I almost always will turn on offline, and I'd like to turn on the ability to see source items. Those are the source colors. And when I do that, this timeline lights up. Those last couple clips there all were colored with green. And those are the basic things that have changed with the way bins interface. In the next section, I'm going to talk a little bit about how these bin windows work, how these bin layouts work, to help you make sense out of them.